With over 100,000 views spreading across this magnificent series, today I combine everything into one solid iron farm tutorial for you. This farm is massive, generating over 800 iron, hundreds of totems and XP, and an infinite supply of discounted trades every single hour. Let's get into one of my best farms from Minecraft Bedrock 1.21. Before we begin, these are the materials you will need. So when building a massive iron farm, it's important you build it in the right spot. So we'll get into the dimensions for the build in a second, but it doesn't matter where you build this. However, you do need to be at least 150 blocks away from any village. Let's assume that's a village over there. We need to be 150 blocks away from it. And do not build 150 blocks above the village because we're going to be using a lot of the Y level. All right, so here we go. The build's dimensions. This is going to be 22 blocks. So from this corner right here, all the way to this corner right here, that's 22 blocks long. From this corner right here to that corner over there, that's going to be 21 blocks long. So 22 and then 21 blocks. Before we start building, we do want to make sure we have at least 20 villagers. I put a link in the description and also in the pinned comment if you want my villager breeder. You're probably going to need something like this, so however you want to get 20 villagers, up to you. And one thing to point out, you don't want any nitwits, which are the green villagers right here. So these guys, you don't want any of these. So make sure you have 20 villagers that aren't nitwits. And if you use my villager breeder, you can set it up on a rail system like this. So you just simply push that button and then it automatically pushes itself. Pretty cool. Once you've collected your 20 villagers and you've stored them somewhere, just have them nearby the farm, or you could have them somewhere else. Just make sure you know where they are, and we can go ahead and start beginning. Alright guys, so hopefully you have the build's dimensions. We're going to simply go into the first corner here. So this is the front of the build. That's 22 blocks long right here. We're going to put a block here. We're going to go up by 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to go over to the right by 22 blocks. So that's 1, that's 2, 3, 21, and that's 22. So now we got 2 pillars just like this. That's 22 blocks across. Including the block right here, we're going to go 21 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll simply just bring this up. And now we could just match this to the other side. What we want to do now is fill in the left, the right, and the back portion of the build with blocks. So we're going to just fill this whole thing in with blocks, and we're going to fill that whole thing in with blocks. Same with that side. All right, once you fill all those in, you want to just simply fill this in, but we want to find the middle. Half of 22 is 11, so we just simply want to take these 2 chunks out right here, and then that's going to be our middle. We can then just raise these up, just like this, and we could fill all that in. So now it looks just like this. This only needs to be 2 blocks high, so we'll just fill all this in just like this. Alright, you can now put a door here if you'd like. For the tutorial, I'm going to leave it empty. Inside this entire room over here, we just want to fill this in with a shovel. Alright, so now that we right-clicked all the grass to make it farmland, we simply want to mob-proof the outside so iron golems can't spawn. Quickly go into your settings real quick and check your simulation distance. You'll be able to see it right here. My simulation distance is 4 chunks. By default, this is what it is. If you didn't touch it, you don't have to worry about this. If you increased your simulation distance, then this is going to change, okay? We want to come out by 8 blocks, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We want to do that in all directions. So that's coming out by 8, and that's coming out by 8. And we want to just fill all this in just like this. All right, guys, so once your farmland's complete, it's just going to look like this. So one more time, 8 blocks, 8 blocks, 8 blocks, 8 blocks. All right, guys, we can start working on the roof and the water portion for this farm. But before we do that, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Helps out the channel a lot, and we're almost at 20,000 subscribers. And these videos take a long time to make. Thank you. All right, so if we come over here where that little 2x2 area is, all we have to do is go down by 1.5 blocks. So that's 1, and that's a half, and then just place a slab just like this. If you place a block above that slab, you'll see that that's how much room you have. So you shouldn't be able to put 2 full blocks above the slab. You want to bring this out by 7, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then we could just make it 2 wide, just like this. Once you have 7 blocks coming from each corner, you can just connect them like this. Alright, once you connect all these, all you have to do is fill this whole thing in with slabs. Alright, so once you fill this whole area in with slabs, you leave out the middle. This is how it's going to look. You then want to go ahead and take your solid blocks and trace the outer edge of those slabs, just like this. Once that's completed, you should have 3 blocks going this way. And if we count this one, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks going this way. Go ahead and break any blocks that are in the middle and leave this empty for now. Go to any corner and repeat this for all the sides. We're simply going to go to the corner and place a temporary block here. You could also place it here. It doesn't matter. So we'll pick this side, place a water bucket on the side of that block or on the edge of the block, and break the block and leave it like this. You're going to do that for every side. So once you put the water on all 4 corners, you should get an odd looking shape. All we have to do now is place place 2 water buckets on this side, so just like this. Don't place them here, place them on the top part. So we'll place 1 there, and we'll place 2 there. Do the same thing on this side, and we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll place water on the top. And then once we do all of that, this is the shape we should get. All we have to do now is go to each edge, so we see that going downhill. We just want to go from this edge to that side. And you're just going to spam your water all the way across, just like this. And we'll do that on all sides. If you guys did it wrong or you made a mistake, you can go back and fix this. It's not a big deal. Alright guys, once your water's done, go ahead and go into the entrance of your build. And we're going to go fairly quickly here. We're going to bring this down for 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going from the corners on all sides. Once you do all 4 like that, just go ahead and place your blocks over here and place your blocks over here. 4 more over there, just like this. Put 6 glass blocks on each side, just like this. And lastly, we'll do the same thing over here. You could also fill this in with glass, or you can fill it in with blocks if you want to preserve your glass. That's how everything should look if you did it correctly. Place 2 chests just like this, and behind those chests, fill this whole thing in with hoppers. So we're going to place 2 right there. We'll place a hopper here. We'll place a hopper here, and we'll just fill this whole row in with hoppers. And we want to make sure all these hoppers are going into the chest. So just like that, all those hoppers are going into the double chest. To the left and to the right of the chest, we can place a block, place 2 more glass right here. Above the glass over here, place a block, and we'll place a block over here and just connect that all the way across. Before we fill this in with glass, go to the left of your chest inside this container over here and place 3 signs just like this. So 1 and 3. You're going to need a shift while doing this, but all you have to do is shift and place a sign just like this, and we'll place a sign there. So just like this, we'll place the signs, and we'll place signs just like this. You should have 4 rows of signs. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. You then want to go to the top of your build, so I recommend placing ladders right here for the meantime, so you could just go up and down throughout this building process. And when we're up here, we want to make sure we don't fall in. We want to just place a temporary block right here, or you can place it here. So I'm going to place it right here and make sure you're shifting. And just like this, our lava is going to flow, and it should go all the way to the edges, just like that. All you have to do now is place campfires on top of all these hoppers. I recommend using soul campfires instead of normal campfires, because soul campfires are going to do more damage to the iron golem, and the faster we get rid of the iron golems is the faster we can spawn new ones. All you have to do now is just fill this in with glass, and then you're done with the middle chamber. All right, so now we can go behind these campfires over here. So you want to line yourself up with the pillar and go 1 block to the left of it, just like this, and break these 2. And we'll do that on the other side as well, and break these 2, and then just break all of these. Fill this whole thing in with bed. So now we got 8 beds going all the way across. We can go ahead and look this way now, break another 2 blocks going from the left to the right, and place our beds just like this. So now we have a total of 16 beds. However, we're going to need 20. So what we do is we just break these 2 blocks and these 2 blocks, same thing over here, and just fill these in with more beds, and then that will bring you to 20 beds in total. So here's how everything should look. Now that our beds are done, we can work on the chambers. To do your chambers, it's pretty simple. Just place a block right there, and then just do this pattern all the way across. So just to show you, we're going to do this all the way across, just like this. If you did that pattern correctly, you should have a total of 20 chambers. So you have 10 on this side, and you have 10 on this side. All right, guys, in order to keep this video concise, I did link a villager linking pod in the description. It's also in the pinned comment. So go ahead and click the link in the description. Watch real quick how to link all your villagers into each pod, and then come back to this video. It'll only take you like 4 to 5 minutes. It's not that hard. So go ahead and just do that, and then come back to this video. Once you link all your villagers, you want to wait until it's nighttime, and then we want to simply go in the bed, and we just want to sleep. It's important we make sure the villagers are working a full Minecraft day cycle. Otherwise, we're not going to get our iron golems. At this point in our build, our farm is now complete. To get iron golems to spawn, we want to make sure our game rule do mob spawning is actually enabled. You will notice a spontaneous cat obsession with your build. If you want to stop cats from spawning completely, all you have to do is tame 5 of them. So we're going to go 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. And all we have to do is just tame all these cats and then sit them down wherever we want. Once we have all our cats parked and sitting down, they will never spawn again inside your farm. If you want to get string in the farm, then simply do not do this. Alright guys, so now the iron portion of this farm is complete. If you're wondering about the trade hall, this is already built into your farm. So depending on the workstations you picked, you could put a composter here, a lectern here, a fletching table here, etc. all the way across, and you could have up to 20 different villagers to trade with. As you can see, we're already getting an iron golem in the farm. All your iron and all your poppies are going to go into this double chest over here. You might need to expand this going downward. If you're getting too much iron or too many poppies, you can create an overflow protection system. If you're wondering how to get the villager discounts, such as the Hero of the Village farm, and how to get the raid farm going so you can get infinite totems and XP, please click the videos on screen now. That's going to take you to those videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. Join the Discord server to become a part of an everlasting mending community today. So click the videos on screen right now if you want to get the Hero of the Village farm and the raid farm. As always, bye-bye.